Okay, so if people don't know what she's talking about, she was on a pontoon. I think it was a
No,
pontoon.
a little speedboat.
The speedboat. All
Yeah.
right, and then you fell and you cut your arm, and then you put it on Instagram. And you know what? Instagram was like, "This is too gross. We're gonna fucking let you know that you might throw up if you see it." And you know what? I couldn't look at it. I didn't do it.
Really?
I chickened out.
Oh man.
So tell us what happened.
Okay, it's kind of a long story if you really want to know all the deets.
I want to know
First of
enough of the
all,
beats to get through.
let's see if I can just it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, you went
Got
to
a
a
little
plastic surgeon to get that bitch
yeah.
stitched up, huh?
Yeah, I did. Okay, so here's the story.
What? By the way, what is on? Is that mud on it?
It's tape.
Oh, it looks like mud.
It's tape they put over the stitches. And I guess like I'm 34 is the first time I've ever had stitches. Isn't that
Ooh.
insane? So apparently they do this. They put tape over the stitches. It's supposed to help it not like scar as bad, but like I'm gonna have a scar, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happened. See, what had happened was my friend Bobo, he's part of
Bobo?
this Bobo, yeah, Bobo. One of
I
my
already don't
besties.
believe this story.
Okay, his name's Adam Bobo, but we call him Bobo. So
Real
he's
quick,
part.
real quick. Do you remember Bobo ski yachten button? Nay, nay, I am Bobo, skinny in the yachten button. Bobo ski yachten button. Bobo ski yachten button. Boo. No.
I'm too young for that.
Fuck. All right. If YFTers out there have heard that, that was a game that we used to play, and we'd like grab each other's hands and you go back and forth. Bobo, ski yacht, and button. Nay, nay, I am Bobo. And then whoever got it last won. I don't know. So dumb. All right. Continue on with your story about the fucking fictitious guy that you know that name's Bobo.
Okay, so one of my best friends, Adam Bobo.
Yeah.
He's part of this little like boat club in Nashville where you like pay a membership and then you can have a boat whenever you want. So we've
Yeah.
been like doing the boat thing a lot lately.
Yeah.
And since my sister's in town, she was like, I want to have at least one boat day, like where we go out and we've been wanting to learn how to wake surf and stuff. And these guys are like really good at it. So like you know us, like especially Miley, like we never get to do stuff like this. Like we never get a whole day to just chill on the lake. Like we had to schedule this weeks in advance. So we've got this lake day planned. And I went out a little earlier. I went out at like 10 so I could like suntan a little, you know, me and my friend Kirsten. And so we'd been out there for a while. And then, like, I don't know, like noon rolls around and we go back to the dock. We pick up like my sister, some of her friends, some more of my friends. We got a whole crew out there and so like Miley was like, okay, I want to wake surf, and so Kirsten had already tried to wake surf, and then Miley got up there, and so if you've ever done anything like water skiing, you know, kneeboarding, any of that stuff, even like tubing, I think like you start and wow, you start and stop a lot, right? Like whenever someone falls off the board or doesn't get up, you got to stop and go back and get them, and then they get on, and then you start again. So it's a lot of just stop and go. And we've been doing this. We've been doing this for like an hour or so. And the boat we were on, most speedboats I think do this, like where it's like you have your seats, and then on the very back end, it's like a big flat seat on the back of the boat, where like when the boat stopped, you can lay there, you can tan, and then that's where you like climb on and off the back of the boat to get on the skis or the board or whatever you're doing. And so I was sitting, I was not standing. Everyone gets very confused about this when I tell the story. They're like, "So you were standing up like an idiot?" And I was like, "No." I was sitting in the boat, but I was sitting on the back flat end because I was the person tossing the rope out, right? Like when someone fell, I'd be the one to toss it back out. But I was sitting and I had my feet in the boat because like, like the rule is feet in the boat so that you don't fly off the back, right? Like that's the concern I feel is when you take off, you don't want to be flying off the back of the boat. My feet were in the boat so that I could catch myself. And we're laughing, having a great time. And then Miley eats shit for like the fifth time trying to get up on this wakeboard surfboard thing. And I'm laughing. I'm trying to video her because I'm trying to catch her getting up on the board. And I'm laughing with Kirsten. And I'm like, look, Miley, I have so many videos of Miley eating shit. So this is what I get, guys. Don't shit talk your sister. I'm like, look at these videos. This is hilarious. And then out of nowhere, we stop real quick. Like, but we'd been doing that. But just this one stop. flung me forward into the boat, not off the back. I fell forward into the boat and landed on top of my friend. He was sitting like in the actual seat right below me. And I landed on top of him, felt so bad. And I sit up and I'm laughing and I'm like, oh my God, Spencer, I'm so sorry. I was just on top of you. My bad. And then I look down and there is blood everywhere. And I just, my brain, I panicked because I was like, wait, I didn't even, nothing hurt. Like, that can't be my blood. Like, this is all going on in my head. And then I looked at my arm and there's blood everywhere. So I panicked and grabbed my towel that was next to me and I put it over my arm. And I'm like, oh my God, like, am I bleeding? I'm confused because, like, nothing really hurt. Like, I fell and I don't know. It was just such a weird thing. And it all happened so fast. And I guess Kirsten, but before I even realized what had happened, she looked down and saw my arm. And now when she tells it, she's like, I looked down and I literally was like, oh shit, I can see the inside of Brandy's arm. Like that was bad. It was bad. And so she freaks out, jumps off the boat into the water. My best friend literally jumps ship because she's nauseous. And all this is happening. And so I guess word's getting out, like something happened, right? This is all happening within like 30 seconds. And then Bobo, who's driving the boat, just happens to be, he was an anesthesiologist for years. He's a certified nurse or whatever. Now he's got his own health and wellness company, does IVs every day and everything. Like, he's like, if you're going to split your arm open on a boat, he's the guy you want to be there, you know? And he's like, all right, you got it. Let me see it. I need to see if you need stitches. Just let me see it. And as this is all happening, I'm starting to see white. Like, I can tell I'm about to pass out, you know?
Oh,
And
wow.
he's like, just let me see it. I pulled the towel off and the look on his face, like the blood just left his face. And he was like, all right, it's not that bad, but like, I think you need stitches and I think we should probably go right now. And then I started to just lose my shit because I could tell he was lying. I could tell it was very, very bad. And then
Yeah.
I could just see it on everyone's face. Like, this is very bad. So then in my brain, I immediately am like, I'm going to bleed to death out here on this lake because it's going to take us 20 minutes to get back to the dock. And then once I realized what happened, it started to hurt like a motherfucker. I was
Yeah.
like, my arm's throbbing. I'm seeing white. I can't see. I'm going to pass out. So I'm like breathing heavy, just like trying to get a handle on it. And I started to spiral. And they were like, we're just going to go. We're going to go into the ER. You're going to get stitches. It's going to be all good. It's not even bleeding anymore. And I was just spiraling, having an anxiety attack. Like, I've never been in an accident. I've never hurt myself really, which is pretty crazy considering my lifestyle, like riding horses all the time. So we head back to the boat, and then Adam's like, you know what? Scratch that. No ER. I called a friend of mine, a plastic surgeon. We're gonna walk straight into his office. Or you're not gonna have to wait, and you're gonna go get stitches. You're gonna get stitched up by the best guy in town. And I'm like bawling at this point. I'm like, okay, are you sure I have to have stitches? I'm so scared, like bawling, crying. I'm like, can someone call my mom? Like, I just went from 34 to 14 so fast. So we called Tish. And I think whoever called her said, okay, don't panic, but Brandy cut her arm open and there's a lot of blood. Why would you say that? Why would you say it like that? Tish's first thought is, she goes, was it the propeller? Did she cut her arm off on the propeller or whatever? And they're like, no, 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 no. She wasn't even in the water. Wasn't even in the water. It's all good, but like, maybe you should come meet her at the hospital. And so I'm like, let me talk to her because I can tell she's freaking out. I get her on the phone. I'm like, mom, I'm fine, but like, I need you to come to the hospital so that my friends don't have to babysit me. She was like, so I should probably cancel my manicure appointment. And I was like, yes, mom, cancel the manicure appointment. I need you to come to the hospital. So anyway, we go to the plastic surgeon, and the best part about this story, I don't know if you guys know this. Like, so the YFTers know I'm a big fan of laughing gas, right? We've talked about this before. Like, when
Oh,
I
yeah.
go to the dentist, even if it's a teeth cleaning, I want the gas. I love it so much. And it literally just makes everything better. And then I obviously have told you guys about the waxing place in Denver with the gas. Clutch. So I'm sitting in the plastic surgeon's office. I'm losing it even more. I have so much anxiety about doctors. I sit down in the chair and just start going into complete hysterics. And I'm bawling, crying. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I have so much anxiety. I don't know why I'm crying. I'm so sorry. And then he's like, it's all good. Like, you're good. And I'm like, if you guys had laughing gas, this would just be so much better. And the nurse goes, we actually got it last week. And I was like, what? That's fucking great news. And my mom's like, stop cussing. And I'm like, Mom, my arm split open. And it was just the whole thing. So they gave me laughing gas. And once that stuff kicked in, I didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a thing.
Okay.
So here's the moral of the story. Guys, if you go to the doctor, like ask if they have laughing gas because there's a decent chance they've got it. And I'm telling you, I don't care what it costs, $85 to like take the laughing gas. Take it. Game changer. Game changer.
What did you cut your arm on though?
We do not know because we were looking around and there wasn't blood on anything. You know what I mean? Like it was impossible to tell. And that there was nothing really sharp. The only thing I saw that it maybe could have been, but there was no blood on it. Like, like I think you call it like an oh shit handle in the car, like the handles where you grab like a grab handle. There were some of those inside the boat and like maybe that, but it's not sharp. Like it's pretty blunt. I just can't imagine how that split my arm open the way it did. But I mean, maybe.
Damn.
Yeah. And I wasn't even drunk. Like, it was crazy. Like, I really wasn't doing anything that wrong besides talking mad shit about Miley.
You're one day on the boat. You have planned it out for months, and then Brandy goes and ruins it for everyone.
And that was another reason I was so upset. I was like so upset because I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. We were having so much fun. Like, I'm so mad that I ruined the day.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I know. And I really do think if we had stayed out there, I think Miley would have gotten up on that surfboard. She was very close. Yeah, she was close.
No, that's just hard.
I mean, it looks real hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not dead. I'm also glad this fictitious character Bobo, who believe that's his real name. Also, don't believe he's an anesthesiologist. Also, don't believe he's got a best friend who's a plastic surgeon. Seems real fucking. That's weird. That's suspicious. Bobo. I'm glad you're okay though.
Thanks. Me too.